Hi guys, good afternoon. Thursday the 16th of May. Just gone 12:30 here in London. We'll have a quick recap of overnight this morning, run through the calendar which you can see on my right hand side, and then we'll look at a couple of charts where we're coming to some interesting levels in what's been a risk-on morning globally for stocks. This morning pretty quiet, other than the fact that stocks have pushed to highs, and we'll have a look at the charts in a moment, as they might be looking to fill the gaps that happened over the weekend. Going into early part of this morning, we had some data out of Italy and Europe, but no real movement from that point, and the euro itself is pretty unchanged. Afternoon, we have some building permits data and housing starts numbers, Philly Fed and manufacturing sales out of Canada, which could potentially offer some short-term volatility, but really the main thing is, well, certainly for the pound anyway, people waiting to see what if there has been a date for Theresa May's resignation. Just looking at the pound now, just touching the low of the day as we speak, which is also a really key level. I'm going to put this on a longer term chart, and you can see going back here to the beginning of the year, we did just break through that today, but at the beginning of the year, 14th of Feb, the last time we traded around these levels, and breaking through that this morning despite a bit of support held there last night. Next key levels to be aware of, you've got the low here from the 11th of January on the futures, about 20 ticks below here, before potentially the 14th of Jan, I think this is 15th of Jan, first meaningful vote, 127.67 to be aware of, as intraday continuing here, like I said, to push lower. Another interesting market, gold, still elevated above 12.90 in the futures, but we have just drifted lower this morning, and those highs are starting to drift down as well, so it'll be worth keeping an eye back, firstly on the high of the 8th at 12.92, but then of course 12.90, which we know has been such a key level this year, so I'll be focusing on that should that come into play. Just going to remove everything to clear it up. That level you can see wildly respected going back right to, well, the beginning of January, even the back end of last year, so around 12.88, 12.90, somewhere to focus on. Stocks which have been pushing higher, you can see coming up to a key point, the highest price that's traded this week, just above where we're trading, 4 points exactly as of speaking right now. If it was to break through that, can we get the gap fill? Not just in the S&P, but the Dow as well. You can see if it gets above that resistance one, the pivot level, the gap fill will be very much in play, so traders will be certainly looking out for that. And we have now broken above the top end of this trend for the S&P this morning. You can see that had been well respected for the last couple of weeks. That's broken through. The Nasdaq did that yesterday and confirmed the break, and it's offered good support this morning, and is elevated through, and it's not too far away from filling that gap, or the first part of that, around 75.80 on the futures. So main things really to look out for in the afternoon, obviously the data points, which could offer half an opportunity, any confirmation of a date that Theresa May be leaving, or not, any confirmation of that. Got a couple of speakers coming out from the Fed into the afternoon, which will be quite interesting, especially as the stocks had drifted lower for the last couple of weeks. Are they going to continue their dovish rhetoric overall? One to watch out for. Any questions as usual, please do let me know, and I'll catch you later on.